Sixers 2026-2027 schedule has officially been released. Now they got 34 nationally televised games. They start off opening night against the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden. When the Knicks get their rings on ring night, that's going to be one hell of a matchup. And knowing that it's going to be the biggest sellout crowd ever on opening night in NBA history, that'll be something big to look forward to. But the one thing that I was so excited to see that just came out this past week is how great in shape that Joel Embiid was. I mean, when I saw the picture, I was like, God damn, Joel. Like, he really is in business. Because getting LeBron, that showed Embiid that he needs to get his ass in gear. Like, I can't stay hurt and not play. Like, I got to be in there to play this year. The Sixers might be taking a little bit of an different approach this year because in the past, Embiid would always be the number one option. Now he's more like the third or fourth option because having Jaylen Brown and LeBron now to add to him and Maxey, there's, a different level now. So that's one thing. But seeing Embiid and him getting in shape, he knows he's got to be ready come playoff time because if he's not, the Sixers, we will not win the title if he's not healthy. And that is the big key factor is Joel Embiid and his health this year. But right now, him being in excellent shape when he was working out with Maxey and LeBron, I'm so excited to see. And hopefully he keeps getting ready for this year. Is that LeBron plays on playing point guard this season. That gives Maxey a better chance to play off the ball, which he can be at his best. So that's another big key factor with the Sixers lineup. If that is the case, then you're probably looking at LeBron at point guard, Maxey at shooting guard, Jaylen Brown and Dean Wade as your forwards, Embiid as your center, and then DJ Edgecombe will be coming off the bench as the sixth man. So that right there looks like an excellent lineup. And knowing the Sixers, there's still one roster spot left, and I'm very curious to see who it'll be. Will it be DeMar DeRozan, or will it be another big man? Like, who will fill the final roster spot? I was thinking maybe it would be Russell Westbrook, but obviously he announced his retirement yesterday. Congratulations to Russell Westbrook. He is one of the greatest guards of the modern era. King of the triple-doubles. He was good to watch through my childhood, but obviously he retired now, so it can't be him. So you got to think, what are your options? Who can you fill for the final roster spot? In the Sixers, that's something that Mike Gansney will have to look over. So excited for the Eastern Conference next year. You got the Sixers, obviously the Knicks, the Celtics, who a lot of analysts still think that they're going to be good this year. I'm not sure why they rank them so high, but I still expect them to be in the running. You got the Cavs, the Raptors, who are in a world of trouble right now when it comes to the Kawhi Leonard situation. And right now, that situation's not looking good at all with Kawhi. So the Raptors, I'm not so sure if they're going to be in the running next year. And then you got the Pacers. They're a dark horse. And the Nets, it's an overall great Eastern Conference for next year. It could be anybody's game. But right now, I would say that the Knicks and the Sixers are both at the top, at the head of the table in the Eastern Conference. Let's go over some season stats and predictions for some of the Sixers players this year. I'm going to start with the king, the man himself, LeBron. I think knowing LeBron, he's probably not going to score near 30 like he once did. But knowing him right now, he can still dominate inside the paint, get to the basket, get you buckets when you need to. And right now, I'm looking at LeBron averaging 21.5 points per game. Next up, got Tyrese Maxey. Knowing Tyrese Maxey, him and his new teammate Jaylen Brown were both the top two scorers in the Eastern Conference. I think they both averaged over 28 points per game. And knowing Maxey, I think he will average 28 points again this season. Exactly 28 points per game this season. Stop Jaylen Brown, who I believe is the Sixers' current best player right now on the team. Knowing Jaylen Brown, as I just mentioned, he averaged the most points with Tyrese Maxey last year. And I think that Jaylen Brown will average a grand total of 29 points this season per game. And I think knowing him, he can get you buckets. He can get you a ring. He's very tough and versatile, and he plays with that no-quit mentality. And Jaylen Brown will lead the Sixers in scoring next year. Next up, VJ Edgecombe. Now, VJ Edgecombe had a great first season in the NBA, great rookie season. And, he's a baller, finished like second or third in Rookie of the Year. He can get you buckets. Now, I do think he will average a little less this year, knowing the additions of both LeBron and Jaylen Brown. But I still do think that he'll average enough to contribute. So I got VJ Edgecombe averaging at 19 points per game this season. Lastly, the man that's going to be the most important when it comes to the Sixers this season, the big giant of a man, Joel Embiid. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be about the questionability of his health, if he can stay healthy or not. Right now, it's looking pretty good and looking on an uprise. But knowing Joel Embiid, knowing that he's like the third or fourth option, I don't think he'll average 30-plus points like he did back in 2022 and 2023, in 2021 rather. But this year, I think that Joel Embiid will average at 25.5 points per game because Joel Embiid, when he's at his best, he is a monster. He's unguardable when he's at his best. And I know people are going to go and say Jokic, Sengun's on the rise, Karl Anthony Towns, but when Joel Embiid is at his best when it comes to scoring, he is the most scariest at his healthiest. So overall, I think the Sixers will average close to 100 points, if not more than 100 points per game when it comes to their starting lineup. The bench, hopefully, they can average about 30 to 40 points per game, because knowing the playoffs and how the NBA is today, you need the benches and you need good depth. You need the depth to score at least 40-plus points off the bench, while the lineup needs to score 120 or 30-plus points per game in the playoffs. You need that stuff. I think the Sixers will have a great season this upcoming year. Very exciting to look forward to. This is Joel Embiid. All he's talked about is winning a ring and winning a championship. This right here is the best chance for Joel Embiid to ever win a championship. Now, we saw in 2019 when we added Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris, and we had Redick, and Ben was at his best, and Joel was on the uprise. That was great and fun in games and all, but this Sixers team right here, best chance for Joel Embiid to win a title. And hopefully they do that this year. Now, it's going to take some work, but if they put enough work in, I believe they can win a title this year. That's all for today, guys. Remember, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, smash that ridiculous thumbs up button right there at the top. Let me know in the comments what you think, what your latest thoughts are. What do you think of Joel Embiid getting in excellent shape? What do you think of the Sixers? How will they do this year? How will it go on opening night against the Knicks? And by the way, follow me on my Spotify at the Code Red Philly Sports Talk, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, as always, in the link in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time on the Code Red Philly Sports Talk. Go Sixers!